Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for another Lego room update. We started this project last week on the channel. I'll link up to the first video if you haven't seen it. But let's get straight into it and head up to the Lego room. The new Lego room. We're going to need to come up with a snappier name for it, I think. So last time we got the Lego room mainly tidy. Nice clean floor. Simon did a great job in here. But we have got this set of shelves here still and this tray fast unit to sort out. That's quite a lot there. My kids are great at spreading stuff. It just accumulates, and I really want to use these shelves as like a little tiny shelf city. I don't know if it's going to be worth it because they are very skinny, but until I've cleaned them off and worked out how Lego might look on there, I don't want to make any decisions. And also, I remember when we put these shelves up, Ian made like 20 holes in the wall trying to install these shelves. So I don't really want to take them off the wall because then we'll have to fill all the holes. So I might just clear them and clean them and go from there. Okay, the shelves are clean and tidy. I've cleaned the top of the tray fast. We're still deciding whether the tray fast will stay in the room or not. I kind of feel like it would be helpful to add maybe a little bit more space to store things and having some storage drawers, but at the same time, this is kind of for the kids' toys. I don't know if it will fit in the playroom though. I tried to put it down or tried to measure up in the playroom and it didn't seem to fit. So this week we've been sort of trying to nail down some decisions. So back to the shelves where we were hoping to do a shelf city. Ian sort of said, I take them down. Your shelf city is like, it's very limited. This is a small space. So I thought I'd bring some sets from up in the Lego room to see if he's right and actually assess the size of these shelves and whether they will work. And you know, that one, fine. And this is kind of the level of sets that I'm thinking, is these sort of mini modulars that they came out with. So I can see it working. I did bring a friend set up as well because it looks slightly bigger, but actually that one works too. So I think it should be fine. And I don't want it to be too big because I want it to be kind of like a limit to make me a bit more creative and keep it less overwhelming. So like just lots of shelves, but not too wide. So I think it will work. I'm going to keep with it because I really don't want to fill the holes behind here and I don't want to add too much to this room. So we've also had discussions this week. We had Monarch round at the start of the week. You know Monarch, I'll link up his channel. He is big on the organising of parts and organising in general. So it was quite nice to have someone to sort of bounce ideas off, and we were trying to work out in this space where are we going to sort of put our displays and things. There's definitely discussion on which way round the table goes. I've brought a table up. This is not the streaming table we normally use. We normally have one that's sort of 40 centimetres wider. This is a Lin one, 120 by 60. And we stream downstairs with, I can't remember what it's called, but it's 180 wide and it's got a whole load of drawers in the middle, which is quite useful for storing stuff. But it also means when we're on other people's live streams, we can't get very close together. So we get sort of squished out when it's like a close-up view. So I've brought this up so that Ian and I can sit next to each other and sort of work out if this space would work for streaming, because that will then give us a bit more floor space to use. Now, Ian wants to put storage up here in this area. I kind of feel like the lighting's really good over there, so I'd quite like to have that as my video recording station. I don't think we're keeping the chair. He thinks we should replace the wardrobe with something else storage wise. I quite like the fact that it's closed off, so anything I put in here, probably shouldn't show you in here, will be out of view, so I can have this kind of hidden. I think we maybe need to get a shelf to go in here. We don't need hanging space, obviously. And I think the drawers would be quite useful for defining different projects. So it all depends on how big the build is. But if we're in the middle of a build, if we can put it in here. So for example, the Ninjago City markets that we're working on right now, the first couple of weeks would have fitted in here quite nicely because it was quite flat. As you get closer to the end of the build, obviously that wouldn't work so much, but just having spaces where you can put things is useful. Plus, it means we can just reuse what we have, and I'm all for that. I don't really want to be buying too much more. We've got a slight problem in that we don't have plug sockets on the far side of the room. We only have them over here with Mr. Elephant, and we only have the 2. So maybe we need to be using that as some of our guide for where we are putting our stream setup. I don't know. But really, making the decisions without all the information is quite tricky. So I think the plan for over the summer, and this will be the last video on this room until after the summer because I'm taking a break. And I say I'm taking a break, but that means I'll be doing the work in this room, hopefully. So the plan is to try and define what sets we have currently that need to go in here for display. Once we've worked out what sets we want to display, then finding a solution to display it will be an easier decision. Right now, we just don't know what we need, so we're going to do that pre-work. I've just set up this table for a brick haul. I'm about to record a brick haul, and I definitely need to have all of my equipment in the one room, going from camera here, because it's microphone being up here to microphone downstairs is a pain in the bottom. So I don't want to be doing that. And Ian suggested, oh, maybe I could record videos downstairs and we can stream up here, just so that we've got one fewer task that this room is providing. But I don't think that's going to work for me because stairs, I don't like them. And bringing up all the boxes for brick hauls, I didn't like that, but I guess that I would probably do that on an ongoing basis, and maybe we'd have a box pile somewhere over here or over here, or under the table. Under the table could be a box pile. And then when it gets so big, I do a brick haul. I don't know. It's all very much discovering, but I'm loving the way this is looking already. And I've literally only put 3 sets on there. So I think that one is a definite no-brain decision. But whether or not to keep the tray fast, that's still ongoing. And what kind of storage to do. And we also have made the decision that we're going to bring our parts in here. So that's another purpose for this room. It's getting to be quite a busy room. And that's kind of what I don't want to happen, that there's too much in one space. So maybe we can get our parts storage under the table in one little wall. Or maybe we can open up this whole big wall and have sort of the really nice looking bins on the wall, drawers underneath, but just get those sorted. And that was the majority of the conversation, was how we're going to sort our parts. Even though we've had so many conversations before, while Monarch was here, we got his idea, and I think we're going to change it up slightly and see how it goes. But yeah, this is the state of the room so far. The shelves are definitely staying. I like this. I think it looks nice. They're not too deep, so you could probably just about get a sort of road in there as well. I think it looks good. And it will be interesting to see how to play with the heights and how to make it kind of look like a city. But that is still to come. Look out for this brick haul after the summer as well. And if you've got any other tips for how to manage this project, how to really get, because I don't want to redo work. I want to nail this first time. So any tips, leave them in the comments below. If you want to see other videos in this series, I'll link up the playlist at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.